Hello everybody and welcome back. Remember, Ioana is my name and here is our English course, Easy English, Better Students, Season 2, Lesson 2. Hello Teodora, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
All right, unfortunately today Nectaria is feeling a bit under the weather, meaning he's not feeling very well. We are going to learn new things today. As I said, remember last time a new format. The contents, every time we will see the contents of our lesson. So, last time we started talking about present perfect simple, and this time part 2, grammar in use. Then we also have some speaking practice, talking like a native, speaking like a native. Also, we have some vocabulary in use, idioms, and you will find out many interesting things about some capital cities, important capital cities, which are London, Washington, D.C., Ottawa, and Canberra. Let's get started. Teodora, are you ready? So,
Yeah.
talking about present perfect simple. So, remember the formation. We have or has for third person singular. And then we have past participle, which is the third form of the verb, irregular verb, or the regular one, ed at the end. Remember, I have eaten or I have walked. And the short form we have I haven't eaten or I haven't walked. Have you walked in the park today?
Yes, I have walked in the park today.
All right. Have you written your lesson for tomorrow at geography?
Yes, I have.
Well done, bravo! As I was saying, new tips about using present perfect. When we use present perfect simple, we use it to talk about experiences or things you have done in your life. For example, I've been to England, but I've never been to Ireland. Teodora, have you ever been to England?
Actually, I have.
All right, and you like it definitely. Also, we use present perfect simple to talk about something that happened in the recent past. Example, I've just had lunch, so I'm not hungry. Also, we use present perfect simple to talk about something that started in the past and still happens today. For example, Melman has been married since 2013. And we also have some specific words to use with present perfect simple. And they are specific adverbs. For example, for, to show a period of time. I haven't seen Marion for 3 weeks. Since, to show when something started. We have been friends since we were kids. Also, already, to show a time before now. For example, he has already written his homework. He may leave. Just to talk about a recent event. She has just had a brilliant idea. Never. To talk about things that haven't happened so far. He has never traveled to Japan. Ever. In questions. Like, have you ever been away on a school trip? Teodora, have you ever been away on a school trip?
Yeah, I did.
I have.
I have.
All right. How long? And this one also in questions about the length of time. For example, Teodora, how long have you lived in that apartment, if you can remember?
Since I was born.
Yes, well done, bravo. Or how long have you known your friend Jim?
I have known her for about 2 years.
Excellent. Remember, guys, every time we want to say something that is still related to present, which is why we call it present perfect, and in Romanian we mainly use I know Jonathan, and this is wrong. We need to use present perfect. I have known Jonathan. I have been friends with Jonathan for 3 years, since last autumn, and so on. And here are some examples with some word, with these specific adverbs. Teodora, we have here 4 sentences. How do we turn on the oven? I've told you. Weren't you listening? Can you please say it, Teodora?
I've already told you. Weren't you listening?
Yes, very good, bravo. Also the next one. Haven't you left? No, I haven't found my car keys. Can you please help us, Teodora? Haven't you left?
Haven't you left yet?
Yes, and the answer is?
No, I still haven't found my car keys.
Bravo, excellent, well done, very good. Have you won any money? No, we've been very lucky.
Have you ever won any money?
Indeed,
No.
ever in questions. Yes, with questions. Please, no,
No, we've never been very lucky.
we've never been very lucky. And the last one, she is so hungry. She hasn't eaten this morning.
She's so hungry. She hasn't eaten since this morning.
All right. By the way, have you eaten already?
No, I haven't.
The solution for what you have already said. I've already told you, haven't you left yet? I still haven't found my keys. Have you ever won any money? And no, we've never been very lucky. She's so hungry. She hasn't eaten since this morning. Let's speak like a native. Here are some common mistakes that usually non-native speakers make. Usually, they say, I have 35 years. It's like the years are like in their pockets. But the correct version is, I am 35. How old are you, Teodora?
I am almost 11 years old.
All right. Also, she got on the tram, not she got in the tram. On. We usually have on when we stand. We need some information, never ever informations. Remember, information is an uncountable noun. Another common mistake is with missing the trolley bus or the bus or the train or the plane. Is like never we lost it, because again, the bus is not in our pockets. We missed it. L-am ratat. And the last one, there is a sofa in my living room, or there is a bed in my bedroom. Never I have a sofa in my living room. It's the correct way, of course, to sound like a native. Talking about like a native, we also have a very short film to show you about their mistakes. Please take a look and we'll meet you after the film. Enjoy it!
This is Everyday Grammar. I'm Kaveh.
And I'm Lucia. Kaveh, I got a text from a friend, but I'm not sure if it's correct.
Well, let me hear what it is.
Okay, well, at one point he wrote, I could have gone to New York last weekend, but I don't think that sounds right.
You're correct. Of is a preposition. The sentence is missing a verb. In this case, have. It should be, I could have gone to New York last weekend. The confusion comes from the abbreviated form of could have. That's could've, which sounds a lot like could of.
I got it. And since could is a helping verb, another verb must always follow it, not a preposition. I should write to him and let him know. Are there any other common mistakes that native speakers make?
Well, there's the example of every day versus every day. Every day together as one word is an adjective and means common, like everyday grammar.
But every day as two words is an adverb phrase and describes when or how often something happens.
Every day I go to school.
An easy way to remember the difference between everyday and everyday is that the first is an adjective and comes before a noun, and the second is an adverb phrase and must modify a verb.
And that's everyday, not everyday grammar.
What's an idiom? Actually, it's a phrase that doesn't mean exactly what it says. These idioms are words or phrases or expressions which are commonly used in everyday conversation, and we can use them to express something more vividly and more briefly, mai scurt. Also, remember that when used, it's actually an informal conversation, like I'm all ears. Sunt numai urechi, come on. I'm not ears. This is an idiom. Also, hit the road. Remember the song, Hit the Road, Jack? Walk away. Or, I'm an early bird. Or maybe, Teodora, you are a night owl. An early bird. I usually wake up like very early in the morning. And in Romanian we have like, la scoală odată cu găinile. So, I'm an early bird. Teodora, are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm both actually, it just depends on my mood.
Okay, and which one do you like best?
Probably the night owl.
All right, that means that you like going to bed quite late. So this is about the idioms. Here are some examples, idioms examples with colloquialism, meaning that they usually have them in conversations. It's bury the hatchet. We also have this in Romanian. Să îngropi secura. It's like make peace. Also, turn one's coat, meaning especially in politics. Politicians do that for their own benefits. It's like se dă după cum bate vântul. It's change one's principles. Throw in the towel. This comes from the boxing game, and when they usually throw the towel, it's like the end of that game, so it's giving up the struggle. Also, a rough diamond. Se traduce diamant neșlefuit, abrasiv, and we call that when a person of real worth, but rough manners. We also have this in Romanian like brânză bună în burduf de câine. Anyway, sometimes people are rough diamonds. Single tongue. We call this when a person has very good words, is well spoken, and it's plausible, eloquent, and persuasive in speaking. They are good, these people, they are good when speaking in public and when they want to convince you to buy some things. Also, burn the candle at both ends. It's a very used idiom, and it means to overdo work and play. It's like te risipești în prea multe treburi. It's like the candle, lumânarea, and you burn it at both ends. Too much work. This is just an example. Teodora, here is a text for you. Some idioms hunt. Very funny. Can you please read the text? I'm reading it for you and for you, my friends, at home. Last week we had an English test. It was a piece of cake for me. While I was writing, Gloria tried to talk to me. She seemed to be in the dark. I know for a fact that this happens once in a blue moon, as Gloria is a very good student. At some point, she began writing. She was as cool as a cucumber. Apparently, the test was just a storm in a teacup. I know she was exhausted. She's a night owl. Here comes the idioms hunt. Can you hunt them? Have you identified them, Teodora?
Piece of cake.
All right, meaning? Can you identify the meaning of this piece of cake?
Very easy.
Very easy indeed. The next one.
Seemed to be in the dark.
Exactly how? In the dark, like she couldn't see, or what?
No, or maybe she was just confused.
Maybe she was just confused. Very good. This is very good explanation. And the other one, the next one.
Once in a blue moon.
Meaning?
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
As cool as a cucumber.
Meaning exactly very calm indeed, and yes, cold-blooded person. Very calm indeed.
Storm in a teacup.
Imagine a teacup and the storm. Doesn't work. So it's not that meaning, of course. Something which was not worth your worry. And the last one?
Night owl.
Okay, like you are. Now, remember, this time, our culture corner. For today, we are talking about capital cities. And for you, I have chosen today to talk about Washington, D.C., the capital city of the United States. Then about Ottawa, the capital city of Canada. Then about Canberra, the capital city of Australia. And the last one, London. Here are some photographs and some information. Remember, information, no S at the end. What is exactly Washington, D.C. and why D.C.? Actually, Washington, D.C. is the capital city and the federal district of the United States, which is located on the east bank of the Potomac River. The city was named for George Washington, which was a founding father and the first president of the United States. And the district is named after Columbia, the region, Columbia, the female personification of the nation. So we have District of Columbia. Also, here is a very interesting photograph about Washington, D.C. What can we see in the back? We can see the Capitol and also, look here. The Capitol building is the seat of the U.S. Congress, the legislative branch of the federal government, located on the Capitol Hill. This is the very first photograph. In the second one, we have the White House, which is the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada, which is located, the capital city, is located on the southeastern Ontario. It was originally a trading and lumbering community that grew in a town of regional importance. Canada became a dominion within the British Commonwealth in 1867. Parliament Hill, or simply the Hill, describes a sense of Canadian pride, and you can also admire the city if you go up and you hear the bells chiming every quarter of an hour. We have Ottawa, as I was saying, the Rideau Canal. In winter, it's the largest ring in the world. In summer, we have pleasure boats to cruise, and then we have some different sightseeing and some wildlife, some sightings of wildlife and impressive landmarks along the way. We have here some photographs, and a very important one to visit in Canberra is the jet flight simulator. And here you will have a very interesting experience because although you have no experience at all, you will be accompanied by a very experienced instructor, and you actually will visit like a virtual world of aviation where you will be captain of a real, of course, virtually, ship. Of course, we also have here the photograph of Parliament House in Canberra and Australian War Memorial. London, which is a very big city and the capital of England. There are lots of things to see here in London, and the most well-known being the London Eye, which is a very big wheel, and you can see London from above. A very important place is Trafalgar Square, where you can see the statue of Lord Nelson. Oxford Street is one of the busiest streets in London, being well known for its shops and restaurants. Here are some photographs. So, as I was saying about London, remember, Theodora, we went on Oxford Street last summer and we visited so many things in London. And for you, my friends, you should know that Oxford Street is one of the busiest streets in London, being well known for shops and restaurants. Yes, some things are quite expensive here. Also, a very well-known river, their river is called the Thames, which is in the middle of London, being 200 miles long. Tower Bridge is over the River Thames, and next to it we have the Tower of London. You also have from above the photograph, and we have Buckingham Palace. And if you can see, in front of Buckingham Palace we have a golden statue, and it is huge, quite impressive, this Buckingham Palace. My promise is to you, we will be talking about this next lessons. So, as homework for you today, of your choice, you should have like 5 sentences about your last holiday. Theodora, thank you. Don't forget to write your homework. I know you are very good and you've been a very good student today as well. For you, my friends, back home, take care, share, like, subscribe, don't forget. See you next time. Bye-bye.